Hey guys, how you doing today? I'm Coach Gilbert, and today I'm going to be talking to you about my preparation for the 24-hour race that's coming up next week, and yeah, pretty much I'm going to be handling everything. Okay?
Hey guys, this is Coach Gilbert, a USA Cycling and NICA certified coach and a Cat 1 mountain bike racer from San Diego, California, and these are my experiences.
Alrighty, so the first thing that I am preparing for is going to be, of course, the drive over to Arizona. I live over here in San Diego, and it's going to be about a 6 hour and a half drive to the location of the race. I'm driving with the trailer, with the RV trailer, so that would probably make it a little bit longer, so maybe about 7 hours. And yeah, it's 399 miles actually from my house over there to the venue. So that would be great. Part of my planning, I get the distance that we're going to be traveling, how long it's going to be estimated to take us, if there's any rest stops. In this scenario, there's 5 rest stops. Pretty much about every 50 miles or so until the end, where they go like about every 100 miles or so, and yeah, just enough for us to stop a little bit, rest, and get back on the road, maybe eat or something like that. It is a little bit of a long travel, so we just gotta be prepared and make sure that the travel is not really gonna affect our diet, or pretty much anything at all, before the race. All right, so the second thing that I'm looking at, it's gonna be my rest schedule for the race. Once I arrive at the race, of course, I'm driving over there on Thursday. The race is on Saturday, so drive Thursday, rest on Friday, and then 12 o'clock noon the race starts on Saturday. And for the rest, I'm gonna be doing 6 hour, pretty much 6 hour rides. Start at 12. Finish at 6. Sunset it's about 6:20, so it's perfect, so I can stop, rest, eat, install the lights on the bicycle, and then continue with the racing. So I'm gonna do 12 to 6, my first lot. Then 6 to 7, I'm just pretty much gonna eat, rest, and grab my lights, whatever I need. Then I'm doing 6 to 1 a.m., which is pretty much my the second block. And then at 1 a.m. I'm gonna be resting for a couple of hours, and then morning time I'm waking up. Hopefully at 6 a.m. I'm gonna be starting back again, and just finish until noon the last laps. The track is about 15 miles or so, but I'm not really sure how long it would take. I've never been there, so I'm going to try to maybe pre-ride on Friday a little bit, maybe do 1 lap just to see how it is, and yeah, just to come up with a little bit of a better plan. But so far, we're going to be running 6 hour slots, and hopefully, that should give us a pretty good place for this race. I'm hoping to get a top 10. It's really competitive. There's a lot of really strong, really fast people going over to the race, and I will love to win, but yeah, I know realistically a top 10, based on my fitness level right now, it's kind of where I'm at. So that's gonna be my goal. If anything better than that, then it's gonna be perfect. But yeah, I'm just gonna try to do my best and try to stay with the front group. All right. Alrighty then. So after I schedule my rest stops, I'm pretty much gonna have to plan my hydration and plan what I'm gonna be eating at the race. For hydration, it's just gonna be water and Gatorade. That's pretty much what I drink on all my races. What I'm used to. 1 bottle of Gatorade has about 90 calories and about 22 grams of carbs. So that's to me that's perfect. So I combine that with maybe a bottle of water every hour, every couple of hours, just to reduce the density, I would call it, of Gatorade, because after a while it starts getting you start feeling it in your tongue. It has a lot of sugar, so you just need to or I need to drink some water kind of to balance it out. So that's going to be my go-to hydration. And then for meals, pretty much the biggest things that I'm going to be eating that, pretty much was going to fuel me through the ride, it's going to be peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, goo gels, and Cliff blocks. All right. Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches have about 300 calories. Blocks have about 200 calories, Cliff blocks, and then goo gels have around 100 calories. So if I'm able to eat a packet of blocks, a gel, and and half a peanut butter sandwich, that's around 450 calories, which, in my scenario, I usually go about 500 to 600 calories per hour burning, when I'm at tempo pace, which is pretty much what I'm going to try to stay on. So that should be enough to be fueling me throughout the race. As well, when I stop, for my meals and for my rest, I'm going to have an actual meal, usually I get, some chicken or make some carne asada, not something very heavy, but something that I can put in my body that's solid, because if not, your God's gonna start reprimanding you, so yeah, it's a combination on the bike meals. Then when I get off the bike, something solid, something a little bigger, so that pretty much you're not on an empty stomach, or I'm not racing on an empty stomach for 24 hours. Okay, and yeah, so that's pretty much about it. It looks pretty simple, but you just gotta make sure that you stay on top of it, and also that the everything's gonna be ready for me when each lap. That way I don't have to stop and take some time to kind of put it together. I just stop, grab my food, grab my drinks, and then go on for another lap, which I'm gonna think it's gonna probably take about an hour plus, maybe an hour 15 or something like that. But then again, we'll get a better idea on that on the Friday of the week, which is next Friday, actually, when we're 1 week away. And going back, a little bit to talk about what my race pace is going to be. For a 24-hour race, many people say you got to do endurance riding, you got to stay in zone 2, and that's going to be your best chances of, finishing it up. But it gets to a point where finishing a race is not enough, and you have to, you want to get competitive. And in reality, zone 2 endurance, it's not gonna take you to the first spots. There's racers that for 24 hours they can be in zone 3, zone 4, and it's no problem for them. So you have to be above your endurance pace. So for this scenario, I'm going to be doing tempo pace, lower tempo, like high top of my endurance pace, lower side of my tempo pace, kind of to stay with the group. If anything, I'll go up to threshold maybe on the climbs, just for a little bit, but everything that I do, pretty much has to be from threshold and below, because anytime you go above threshold, that's when your body really starts to feel it. But in reality, as long as you're staying zone 3, zone 4, and you keep providing enough fuel for the body to sustain that effort, then we should be good to go theoretically. So for that, it's going to be around 240 watts on the low side, up to 320 watts on the high side for me, for the race pace. Usually, I'm able to handle this for about 12 hours or so, maybe the first 2 blocks that I'm going to be doing. And then the third one, it's just about surviving. After so long, your body can only take so much. And even if you keep eating, there's some people that can do it. But in my scenario, again, I know the limits of my fitness level as of now. And, I know that I'll be able to sustain the pace for quite a bit of time. But then at the end, it's going to be kind of a survival mode, and in reality, that's how it is for a lot of people. That even if you're just going endurance pace, even if if you're trying to save as much energy as you can, riding for 24 hours is it's really, really hard. So you have to understand, and you have to expect that your body is gonna kind of go into shock, and it won't be able to produce the same efforts that you can do when one is rested, but you know, I know my limits, I know where I can go to. I know once I'm in survival mode I can definitely hit maybe like 220 watts, and you know, that should be more than enough. The important thing here is not stopping all, you know, like suddenly altogether, you know, just kind of quitting the race. You want to finish the race, keep doing laps all the way to the end, and as long as you're keeping a good pace, you know, you should be in good shape. Plus, you know, more in the beginning, if I do stay with the front group, you know, that way you know, the beginning goes a little faster, so you know, we might be lapping people, and you know, once you lap people, then they lose a little bit of confidence, so it's a little bit easier to stay in front of the category, let's call it. Then again, this is an open category, solo 24-hour open, and they say it's over 60 riders, 60, 70 riders, so you know, it should be fun. But again, yeah, we just got to keep a good pace, that way we get our result, which is, you know, hopefully a top 10 for the competition after the 24 hours are over. All right. All right then, and well, another thing that is very important, it's bike checkups. You know, this is something that I'm going to be doing before actually leaving to the race. I just actually detailed the bikes yesterday, and I'm going to start taking them apart to, you know, put grease on everything that's needed, check all the bolts, make sure, you know, tires have sealant. I do gotta replace the chain on the race bike. I change the brake pads, you know, and I just gotta look at all the details to make sure that I'm not gonna have any problems during the race, because you know, once you're out there, it's gonna be hard to fix them, even though I'm taking tools and I'm taking extra parts for the bikes. You know, if something happens, or maybe you miss something, then it might kind of ruin the whole race. So it's better to be prepared, check them before, and make sure that there's no problems. That way, if there is any issues, then we can just resolve them, you know, before the actual event. And also, you know, I do take 2 bicycles to the race, so just in case something were to happen, then you know, I can either, if it's allowed, then I can race on the second bike. If not, then I can take apart the bicycle to kind of put it on the race bike. You know, so we always have options. But yeah, you know, it's just again a matter of being prepared, and checking the equipment is a big part of it. All right, and finally, preparation. Preparation towards the race, fitness wise, it's been pretty good. You know, last week or a couple weeks ago, I made a video after the 12-hour race where, you know, I was a bit tired at the 12-hour race, so I didn't exactly get the result that I wanted. But you know, I've been lowering the stress on the body. Pretty much my hours, my intensity, the hours went down a little bit. Intensity kind of stayed the same. You know, to kind of maintain and be able to sustain race pace. But you know, it's been gradually decreasing my fatigue, and you know, as of now, I'm feeling really good. I just have a little bit of a problem on the leg muscle, but it's the side muscle, so you know, it's not really affecting me while I'm riding. It's just more when I'm off the bike. But I'm going to see my sports therapist actually early next week, so hopefully they'll take care of that. I'm taking an extra rest day today, you know, to hopefully get rid of that pain. And in reality, you know, I just need more than anything rest. All the hard training is done, so we need to put, you know, the hard rest now, so that we can just be ready for the race next week. You know, a couple of weeks for me, it's enough so that we can take the body pretty much back to balance and be able to sustain the effort. So you know, that's really good. I think I'm in really good shape and in a really good position right now. But you know, I just can't get excited and start doing heavy rides or anything like that. It's one more week. So you know, this weekend I'm just doing I think 2.5 hours on Saturday and a couple of hours on Sunday, and then all next week is just 1 hour, 1.5 hours rides, you know, just recovery. I get an extra day of recovery next week as well, just to prepare, you know, to be really fresh for the 24 hours. And yeah, you know, hopefully that's you know, that's the right path to do good in the race and hopefully get a top 10 place in there. All right. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. That's how I prepare for for my next 24-hour race. This is going to be my third 24-hour solo, and I've done also a couple with a team, but yeah, hopefully this time we're gonna get better results from last time. The last couple of times I've been able to win the category. But this time with over 60 racers is going to be pretty hard, and it's national or international level even. Some years Lance Armstrong goes and races the event, so you can imagine the level that it's going to be at. But I feel really good. I feel that I prepared properly. It's over 3 months that I've been training for this specific event, and hopefully I'm going to be doing really good. Again, I'm going to be leaving on Thursday for the event, and I'll try to be posting updates from the drive once we get there, from the race. That way you stay on top of kind of how everything is going. But yeah, so far everything is great. So I'll see you next week or in a couple of weeks when I post the next video, and I hope that you like this video. If you have any comments or questions for me, you can leave them in the box below. If you like this video, you can subscribe to the channel, and yeah, if you need any assistance with putting together a training plan, or if you need coaching, one-on-one coaching, feel free to contact me. My website is gilbertocortez.com, and have really reasonable prices and a best experience that I believe will assist you in becoming a better rider. All right, well, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.